Yes. Go live. Go live. Go live. Go live. All right, look. We do not have our fantastic intro, but that means nothing because you already know. Nerds and geeks, get ready for it. The legendary Nerd O Round Table is here. Yours truly, King Nerdificent Twala Sharp in the building, going clockwise. Anthony from Two Cubicles Down. How you doing, sir?
Hello, everybody.
The one and only Mo Kelly.
I hated this fucking movie.
It is
All right,
not that bad.
fucking damn. All right, man. Shit. Dr. Liz from the Freeway.
Hi, everyone. It's not
Ryan
that
Twitch
bad.
Master McBain.
Mo, I have a question. Are you happy?
That pretty much sums up the level of dialogue in this movie.
Yo. Okay, look. As I've taken the pulse around my small country, and I have taken in what everyone is saying, I'm talking dyed in the wool nerds, you know, people who love Marvel by way of the MCU, and just people who are drugged to go see it because their significant other said, hey, let's go see this new Doctor Strange film. Everyone is going to go see it. It's the new thing to do. There seems to be consensus that this will be one of the most divisive of the MCU films as in terms of appeal. Me, myself, I really dug it. I really dug it for all of the comic book things that just were laid out in this film. But I also know, looking at the MCU, how a lot of people may have been put off by this film, considering how it, one, did not pick up after Spider-Man No Way Home and had very little to do with Spider-Man No Way Home, as we were led to believe, except for a sheer mention, or, you know, that was about it. And there were a few other little tidbits. You know, a lot of people said that this was what if WandaVision in the Multiverse of Madness, because it was more a conclusion to the WandaVerse series and had, you know, some consideration, some inclusion of the What If series. And then it gave us a Doctor Strange that did not necessarily pick up or continue what we thought was going to happen that played out in the first Doctor Strange film. We thought the second Doctor Strange would have been a battle between him and Baron Mordo, because Baron Mordo, for the last time we saw him, he was going around taking, you know, magic, and we thought that was going to play out. None of those things actually happened. What Marvel did do, however, is they went so deep into the nerdverse. They said, hey, for all of you who have been weirded out over the past umpteenth number of years from Doctor Strange, damn it, here you go. And for those of you who are familiar with all of the different universes, you are familiar with all the players on the table, yo, have fun. We're doing this. But that seems to mean absolutely nothing to individuals like the one and only Mo Kelly, who started off a text exchange when I jumped in with, I hated this shit. And I said, wait, what did I miss? I thought he was talking about something else. I thought he was talking about hell. I don't know Amber Heard's appearance at her trial. I have no idea what was going on, too. But he turned out was really bad. She entered the multiverse of madness with her testimony. But
she shit the bed.
And quoting, and her testimony was nothing but lifted lines from Twitter.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Lifted lines from movies.
I have an idea what, you know, Ryan, Anthony, and Liz thought, but I need to start with the hate fest. I need to because Mo was literally foaming at the mouth on our text exchange with all of this just vitriol and disdain and absolute just hate for this film. Mo, what happened?
Thomas Talking is not here this evening. He's traveling. But before I even got to see the movie, he was kind of letting it be known that it was not a great movie. And I had to shut him down, saying, Tom, I don't want to hear that, because anyone who knows me and has been listening to Nerdorama or watching our Nerdcast knows that Doctor Strange for me is near the top of Marvel movies. It's near the top. Okay. First came out, I said it was the best Marvel movie of all time. So that is where my head was, in that space. So coming into Doctor Strange 2, Multiverse of Madness, I am all in. I am expected. I have high expectations. But, you know, until Marvel did me wrong, I had no reason to believe or doubt that they were going to get it right. when I get into this movie and I see America Chavez running down the street, it looks like she's running in front of a movie screen because the green screen effects were so damn bad in at least my theater. It didn't seem on the level of a Marvel movie. And to jump around, I appreciated, to your point, Tuala, all of the nods and Easter eggs and all the things which were connected to comic book lore. Most of them I did get, but it was for nothing. We didn't get to hold on to any of them because we're talking spoilers. The whole idea that Doctor Strange exists in Earth 616 and all this other shit was happening in 838 or 777 9311. It didn't matter because none of it actually traversed over to 616. And so coming into the movie, we knew that there was a Fox universe in which Charles Xavier and all the X-Men live. Coming into this movie, we knew that there was another universe where the Fantastic Four, different versions of them, existed. That was not anything new. So we saw, spoiler, John Krasinski as Reed Richards. It didn't
finally,
but
thank
it didn't
God.
fucking thing because he never came over to Earth 616, and it was like another Ralph Boner moment. It's like, okay, we knew this.
Wasn't that bad? Wasn't that
I gotta
bad?
stop you there. I gotta stop you right there.
It was not a
because
Ralph
you're actually
Boner
wrong.
moment. No.
Yeah, you're absolutely wrong. They have an entire Fantastic Four film in the works. That's a fact.
And I think,
it was a good tease.
but I think that the fact that we were able to see that they exist on this other Earth means that they exist here on 616. Because the only person that doesn't exist in any other universe is America Chavez.
Fact.
I agree. No. I have to disagree because if we take the idea of Captain Britain, Captain Carter, however you want to say it, Steve Rogers doesn't evolve the way that he wouldn't be alive in 20 whatever.
No. Steve Rogers still could be alive because if you remember, in the universe that Captain Carter exists, Steve Rogers exists as well. He wasn't Captain America.
Yeah, but in the 1940s.
No.
He was still
in the Captain Carter film. Remember, even in the end of What If, he existed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In the end of What If, they found him on the bar.
And she also went back to wherever he still exists, so she can be with him.
Okay,
so he lives.
So he exists. Okay,
well, but I mean, she's cut in half.
Right. I mean, what? Right, and that's another. The Illuminati were supposed to be the shit. They were treated like shit. They just
So
right.
But that's
the
point.
Here. I need to defend Mo. Okay.
No,
that is the point of why she's so incredibly powerful.
Okay.
All of them are going
let me
to be
defend Mo. I need to come to Mo's defense here. So
no defense.
No, I mean, I see the problem with this is like I agree with a lot of what Mo's saying. It just didn't bother me as much. I love seeing John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. That was what I was waiting for. My problem is how they all died very quickly, like Black Bolt. Like, okay, I get out. Wait, hold on. You'll get your turn. Hold on. I understand.
I'm not with you on this.
Okay, well, that's why it's called give and take. There's a reason why you have 2 ears and one mouth. Hold on. Now I understand that how he died, Black Bolt. I get that, but dude, they all died so quickly. Most of them, like they died quicker than a black guy in a horror film. Like
they fucking Thanos. It's like, come on now,
dude. Mr. Fantastic, you're supposed to be the smartest man on the planet. They even say so in the movie. And wow, dude, like that's your plan to come down there and just like. You didn't have any type of like defense or whatsoever. Like you didn't, like you're supposed to be the smartest man on the planet. And shit, man, what they did to Captain Marvel. Now you want to nerf her? She dies because the fucking statue falls on top of her? That's how she fucking dies? Really? Nah. See,
again,
bothered me.
I get all that. And that's, those are fair gripes, but they're also gripes with no real substance because of the fact that none of those characters need to exist outside of that one universe that they existed in right there. I get that they were all fan service points. They were all like, hey, you all have been asking to see Captain Carter alive in action. You all have been asking to see, John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. We're going to give you the glimpses of how they could be, how they would look, all of that. We don't have a lot of time to get into the Illuminati. Half of you watching this fucking movie don't know who the Illuminati is. All of you are like, hey, that's the dude from The Office. As 4 or 5 people told me today, why was the dude in The Office in the movie? I'm like, okay, you have no idea what's going on. So I get it. So I get that those of us who are diehard nerds know how powerful the Illuminati is. One, know how powerful Black Bolt is. Black Bolt would not be undone with shouting and his own brain exploding. Mr. Fantastic would not be unraveled like string. And Professor X would not be undone in the astral plane. He would not have been. I get all that. But the point of the Illuminati was nothing more than a MacGuffin to show how powerful, how insanely powerful Wanda was in that.
They already did that though earlier in the film. They already proved that point. So at that point,
you know, her killing
overkill.
a bunch of random ass sorcerers.
She took on Comertosh and destroyed it.
Because this is a fight between really who's the most powerful when it comes to wielding, you know, the Book of the Dead or whatever.
Question.
And this is Doctor Strange between Scarlet Witch. And those are going to be who's the most powerful, because the threat to the multiverse in their world was Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is like, no, there's a bigger threat to the multiverse, which is Scarlet Witch. And it's going to be between those two.
Yeah, it's not going to be against the Illuminati. And as they pointed out in the beginning, the point of her having the book was giving an already insanely powerful Wanda, who they said in the beginning of the film, yo, dude, she literally just used her mind to change an entire town. Now she's got the damn Darkhold, which gives her power that is unlike any we've ever seen. And she's coming after this chick who can punch through universes, and that will just have her rule over all of existence. But she was already powerful with just the book.
We get the MacGuffins. It's just, go ahead, Ryan. I know where you're going with this. Go ahead.
To 12's point, yes, most of the audience didn't know how powerful the Illuminati were, but if you're going to use that excuse, you can also say, look, we already showed you how powerful Wanda is in the beginning of the movie. Those same people that don't know about the Illuminati wouldn't argue that, like, wait, Scarlet Witch isn't strong enough. They haven't showed her how strong she is, when they clearly did. I also have a problem with she only mentioned Vision once and no mention of Quicksilver.
No, that's
no Quicksilver whatsoever. That's her brother.
Okay. How did she have kids with Vision when Vision was still?
I think I think that Viz,
I
think she came settled with the fact that Viz is dead.
No.
And beyond Vision being dead, beyond Vision being dead.
Vision?
The way they answered that, they answered that in WandaVision. Those kids were manifestations of her power come to life. Her power created those kids. Dr. Strange said so. Like, those kids weren't real. You created them. He said that verbatim. The fact that she was over Vision goes back to what he said when he ran into the Dark Doctor Strange, who had destroyed his universe. Hey, man, the fucking Darkhold does what? It corrupts you. The Darkhold corrupts your thoughts. It corrupts your emotion. It corrupts everything about you and turns you into the worst version of you. Her not caring about Vision is not the Wanda that we knew from any of the Avengers films before she said, hey, I had to blow a hole in Vision's head and I feel nothing. That is her saying, I'm not that motherfucker no more. Like they kind of laid it out saying, like, yo, understand, this is a Wanda who, after we thought she was cool after WandaVision, got a hold of the Darkhold, which corrupts you. The opposite was the fucking Book of Light, which would have been giving Doctor Strange the power to vanquish her. But yeah, darkness versus light, cool, got it. But this is a Wanda who was corrupted indefinitely. Another thing that was dope about this film is how they successfully wrote Wanda out of the story, because that's what they were saying a long time ago. We're not doing a second season of WandaVision. Yeah. Elizabeth Olsen does not want to be a part of these films, or she wants to move on. We don't want to recast. Yo, we got a great fucking idea, a great way to go about killing her and tying this shit into so much more happening. There was so much that happened. Just the very showing of all of the different universes and how they're being undone. Them saying the Doctor Strange universe that they were in, or the one they fought against, he had already destroyed the entire universe. Dark Doctor Strange that they ran into, his universe was unraveling. Them talking about the 616, letting all of us know that everything is coming to this universe. It makes more sense when we see the Fantastic Four pop up in the universe we know. When we see the X-Men come to the universe, we know if you're establishing that other universes exist and are being destroyed.
We knew that the other universes already existed.
But how do they come to our universe, though, Mo, was the question.
Secret Wars.
Yeah, but we know how, okay? We knew Multiverse of Madness gave us the how even before we saw the movie. That's just in the blanks. But my point is they showed us of glimpses of universes and characters which will have no bearing. No one you saw the Illuminati will have any bearing on Earth 616.
That's incorrect.
That's not 100% true, though, Mo.
Because they have to exist in Earth. I think that's a genius idea.
Hold on,
that they introduced them this way.
That universe 838, that Illuminati, every one of them motherfuckers is dead.
Yes,
but Mo.
But this is how they introduce them to the rest of the multi. They're letting us know that they exist in all of the other multiverses.
Then where were they
dead in here?
Where were they during Infinity War? Where were they during Endgame?
We will fight. Where was Shang-Chi? Where is everyone that we're seeing now? Where was Moon Knight? Where are all the characters that we were seeing
should have
before?
been the one who.
No, Eternals said it. They stand out.
No. Even beyond the Eternals, everything that happens now, you gotta let go of where were you when the fucking snap happened? You got to let go of that thing. If you do that, you're going to not understand how half the characters that are introduced moving forward, where they were. Where were the damn Olympians, you know, when Asgard was being destroyed? Because they are introducing the Olympians in, you know, Thor or in Thor Love and Thunder. We can't go off of where were you? You have to go with, hey, they're bringing them in. If they're bringing them in, if they're saying, hey, everyone, we want you to know Black Bolt does exist somewhere out there. Maybe he's still on the dark side of the moon in the 616 universe. Professor X may be the thing that introduces or creates mutants, still has yet to happen. Maybe that thing hasn't happened yet. Maybe that's why we haven't seen him, or he's been in hiding, fucking keeping mutants away from humankind. We don't know.
Told us that specifically to connect it to 616.
You don't have to. Them just saying the 616, them acknowledging the 616 existence.
No. But going back to Spider-Man, there were other Spider-Man. There were alternate versions of these characters in other universes, and there were both. Right. We knew from the first Doctor Strange movie that there was a multiverse. So the Ancient One talked about that. I'm saying it did not advance the ball in the way that it could have and it should have, especially coming on the heels of Spider-Man No Way Home. It was open. It should have been open.
I don't know.
Actually, Mo, I don't know. The reason why I mean, I'm with you. I like Doctor Strange, and I went back and did some homework. Doctor Strange was like number 16 out of 27 when it comes to all Marvel movies. It was not a very high row. It was not as well received at all. And when it comes to other Marvel movies, and the first Doctor Strange, I liked, you liked, but it was really non-consequential. Like, it didn't move any of the story forward. And the only thing that we get is that Doctor Strange exists. Like, the background story of Doctor Strange. That's it.
Time Stone.
The Time Stone.
But Dormammu, where he lies beyond time. We now know that.
Yeah, but what is no, first off, in Doctor Strange, the Dormammu, so what? Because it did nothing for when we got to Thanos in Endgame. There was nothing for it. And we eventually knew more about the Time Stone anyway a little later. So the whole point of it is that it introduced Doctor Strange. This Doctor Strange 2, to me, is really a linchpin in doing one thing. It told us that the big bad that we thought was going to be, which was Scarlet Witch, isn't that big of a bad when it comes to, that's not going to be the main force in this phase 4. And the fact that this movie is really going to center to probably be the lifesaver to solve the problem, the big problem that's going to come later because of how the multiverse is being really developed. We have this introduction of America Chavez. Which I really love. She looked just like the comic. But anyway,
it was good. I liked her.
And so I think this movie is more consequential than the first one.
Go ahead, Ron.
I like the movie. I liked the movie. Mo hated it, but I liked it. I thought it was good to very good. My issue is I thought they played it too safe. They could have gone deeper, and that's
it should have been longer.
Well, that too, but I think they played it too safe. Also, that Wanda may be dead, but I think that's not the last we've seen of Wanda.
Scarlet Witch is dead. Now Wanda,
what you say is true from a certain point of view. Yes,
right, right.
Yeah. Scarlet Witch, from that incarnation, definitely. And again, I love the way they took her out in a way that says like, yeah, but you also saw that there was a non-powered, mother version of this same character.
No, she had powers.
No, she had powers. She was doing some shit.
Yeah,
she was doing some. She was
just a little bit. You didn't get to see a lot of it. She did power outside.
Yeah. Power scale was like
she wasn't out there.
Power scale was like early Wanda. I have to say this. Okay, there's one part in the movie that made me laugh so hard. I love when Doctor Strange is just a jackass. When he's in front of the Illuminati and Captain Marvel goes, "Oh, this is a joke to you," and he goes, "Well, you told me that guy has a fork on his head." I couldn't stop laughing. I fucking lost it.
How about when we find out Baron Mordo's real name?
I know.
Carl.
I'm pissed off at that moment, I guess.
When
his real name's Clarence.
And when they were fighting, I was like, "Y'all old."
It was slow. It was slow.
Yeah, that was not a.
Okay. Question though. How many of y'all motherfuckers during the beginning of the movie when Strange was talking to Wanda and Wanda name drops America Chavez and you go, wait a second.
Yeah.
Steven didn't say her name. I was like,
motherfucker. I know.
I caught it too. I was like, what? Huh?
When I watched it the second time I caught it, I was like, oh.
I was like, dude, that's good writing. I love that part. I really enjoyed that part.
That was great. Too obvious. It was too obvious.
No, I liked it though, because it made me think. I was like, huh? Wait a second.
I liked it. I think the biggest gripe I got on this film was we only saw 3 universes?
Right.
Ours.
No, you saw 12 of them, but they were like in a montage.
Yeah, that's great. We didn't get to experience them. We got to experience 0 Avengers in multiverses. We got none of that.
Avengers.
Because it's the multiverse.
It's the multiverse. I want to know what Tony Stark is up to in Universe 412.
I want to know what Steve Rogers is up to. Movie.
No. This was a Wanda movie. This was a Wanda movie, and Doctor Strange is in it. This
is a Doctor Strange movie.
No.
Is this a movie?
No.
This is a movie between Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch.
No. This was a Wanda movie that starred Doctor Strange. This was a Doctor Strange movie. The Wanda story, and that came to an end. Doctor Strange just so happened to be a part of it, and that's all.
Okay. So then why would you expect to see anybody from Avengers?
Because it's the multiverse of madness.
And you always get other Avengers in these movies. Like if you see Spider-Man.
Are we going to have that complaint with Shang? We going to keep with this complaint?
Shang-Chi was not the multiverse of Shang-Chi.
What's it called? Shang-Chi? The multiverse
no, but
of madness?
You're going to always say we should always have Avengers in every movie.
If it's called the multiverse of madness,
it's called the multiverse of madness, then yes, because we're jumping through multiverse.
Before Ragnarok, you had Hulk. You always have these other Avengers with them. And how?
You don't always. Shang-Chi
going to take
Eternals,
but he's not an Avenger.
Okay, Spider-Man.
Tony Stark.
Where was Tony Stark in Spider-Man? This last Spider-Man.
In Spider-Man.
Where was Tony Stark in this last? I'm talking about in this last Spider-Man. Where was Tony Stark?
Here you go, Doctor Strange, an Avenger.
The only reason why Doctor Strange was there was to ignite the fact that you had to split in the universe. That was to move the story forward. Yes. I don't see why you needed. And Wanda was the Avenger. If that's what we're going for.
I'm referring to when he goes through multiverses, we don't encounter anybody. We go through 3 multiverses, and that is all.
I think the whole purpose is that he's trying to focus on saving the world.
So you would go to the Avengers.
So you'd go to the Avengers.
But he specifically said we don't need Avengers that are insects. I mean, he specifically said that in the beginning.
They always went back to the sanctum.
And what is Captain Marvel?
Well, she's not an Avenger.
She's not an Avenger. That was not Captain Marvel. Captain
Marvel. That's the thing. Here's the thing. How are you going to have Shumagora tearing up fucking New York City and no one come to Doctor Strange's aid? Nobody.
Spider-Man is in that universe, and he admits to it. Does not show up. And I'm not even talking about in our own universe. I'm talking about, it's called the Multiverse of Madness. We went to 3 multiverses, and that's all. It's not really that madness when you only go to 3 of them, and encounter nobody outside of this storyline. None. You don't get an alternate Tony Stark. You don't get a Captain America. You don't get a Hawkeye. You don't get a Black Widow. You don't get any of that.
But he specifically said, I don't need he makes a joke about the dude with the...
At least to encounter.
Okay.
For them to participate.
So in every movie, we need to.
If it's dealing with the multiverse, yes.
This is what you guys. This is what you say at every movie. Shang-Chi, where's the person? Where's Ant-Man?
It's not the multiverse.
Go back and
do Shang-Chi Multiverse of Madness. When they're dealing with
say, you guys always ask for another Avenger.
Listen.
Okay.
It's in a multiverse of madness, not the Shang-Chi Multiverse of Madness. That's okay. It's Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. He goes to only 3 different universes, and that is all. And encounters nobody.
Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Not one person.
Wait, and Spider-Man, you got 3 Spider-Man.
And what were they gonna do?
It's not about what
they're in New York.
Countering. It's New York. Look, did Spider-Man when he jumped off the bus?
Spider-Man is trying to say is gone back to being Spider-Man in the neighborhood.
A friendly neighborhood
trying to read the GED.
They were fucking up the neighborhood.
That's what he's trying to do.
And
he's trying to get a GED. That's what he's trying to do. This could be a different borough.
No.
Down the street though.
Yeah.
Manhattan.
Okay. That being said, I did like the movie. That's all I'm saying. But the movie had some issues.
Like I was all cool with it up until it went off the deep end in the 3rd act. And
with the whole zombie Strange.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
Brilliant. And I love the fact that this show was so dark, just like Doctor Strange in the comics. I mean, I was like, because there are some comic books that I'm even more like, oh no, it's going to scare the kids. And this is Doctor Strange. You're going to scare the kid.
There were some jump scares. I'll admit it. I jumped a little bit, just a tad. This is the first Marvel movie that was.
No,
I mean, it wasn't a horror movie, but it's the closest they could have gotten to it. I'm like, okay, that was a good jump scare.
It's dark.
Music fight was stupid.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Was stupid.
That lost me. You lost me at that moment.
I also thought, well, you know what? Comic books can be stupid. And so I was like, you know what? There we are.
Looking stories sometimes, yes.
Yeah, the story can, but when you have a multi-billion-dollar franchise riding on it.
But it's a comic. I mean, comic book movies without stupidity makes no sense.
Comic books don't have a multi-billion-dollar tentpole riding on them.
Look, the movie was not bad. It kept my interest. It started out with action from beginning to end. I enjoyed it. I just, like I said, I felt a little underwhelmed. I was like, but like I said, like a week ago, like my expectations are low. I'm not gonna fall for the okie doke. My expectations were low, so I went in with an open mind, and like I said, I thought it was good. But there were some parts where I was like, really, you guys could have went deeper. My main complaint about my main complaint with this movie is they played it too safe.
And I think that it did jump a lot. And
I mean, look, they played it safe.
They could have filled some holes in.
They played it safe, and there's a lot that they could have done. Is this by any means the best offering from the MCU? No. But again, for all of the things that this film sets up, the fact that, you know, he gets the living Eye of Agamotto in the end of the film. That type of stuff is really, really dope for those who follow Doctor Strange. The fact that you introduce Clea in the end of the film, everyone is like, the fuck is that? I don't know what's going on in this film. Clea, who is what is she? The niece of Dormammu. You know what I'm saying? She's opening up the dimension to the dark dimension, you know, and all these different things that are jumping out, and people are like, I don't know what's going on. Why does he still got the eye?
Movie.
You said what?
That'll be great for the next movie.
Look, whatever. I'm not listening to you.
You should have been here with the argument, Tawala.
You're spouting pure hate. All I'm saying is,
Tawala,
there's
you should have
way
been
too
here
much
to
that
hear
happened.
this conversation about the fact that there should have been Avengers in the movie.
Yeah,
like,
you know what?
really,
I get that, and you know that is for some reason, you know, we think that even though we've seen several instances throughout the MCU where things happen and no one else is around. That's happened throughout the first existence and the first run of the films. No one showed up for Iron Man 2. Where was any Avenger for one of the best films ever made, Winter Soldier? Where were they when all of DC was being destroyed?
Saying that.
All I'm saying is that's not what they do. To expect that all of a sudden, this isn't an Avengers level film.
Okay, got it.
But he goes through. It's the Multiverse of Madness. It's in the damn title. Goes through 3 universes. They could have done more. They could have wrote in more universes. They could have wrote in them encountering not Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man, but a different person who is the Iron Man in that universe.
Yeah, they could have.
And they did not.
They could have had him fucking bring back T'Challa. There's all type of shit he could have done. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. That was obviously not their goal. That their goal was not to do that.
Or a Black Panther that is not T'Challa.
Yeah, they obviously were of the mind of fan servicing with the whole idea of the Illuminati. Mm-hmm. They need to go further, not necessarily with the Illuminati, but with the fan servicing, like, hey, all these characters out here, we're acknowledging them, and who knows, may end up in Earth 616. If they did that, then I'm right there with you, Tuala. But instead, they show us, yeah, they're out there, but they're not coming through, and they suck, as a matter of fact.
Well, no, I don't know if they're showing, if they've said they're not coming through. The simple fact that in the end of this film, they basically say, hey, you caused a what, Mo? What did he cause, Mo?
Incursion.
An incursion. What came from an incursion within Marvel Comics, Mo? What was caused? No, what was caused by the incursions within Marvel Comics, Mo?
I don't know.
The fucking Secret Wars, Mo. The movie that you've been asking for, begging for. Mo, no. You, sir, have been asking for that. You've been begging for it. And now they give it to you. Now they're saying, Mo, we heard you, Mo. The incursions happened. Now Secret Wars is happening.
Have not given it to me. They've shown us a path.
No, Mo. I get it. You need to please, sir, give me some more, sir. Give me some more. No, Mo, that's not what they're doing. You know what they said, Mo? They said, you know what? We know that Mo Kelly has been asking for Secret Wars since the beginning of the MCU. You've been talking about this shit since before you even heard of the MCU. You know what would be dope? Secret Wars. Guess what they can do now, Mo? By acknowledging the fact that you have all of these characters on your playground, the fact that you even identify the MCU as the 616 universe, the main universe, you're saying, hey, guess what we have coming down the line? We have Secret Invasion, which is going to tie into bringing the Russo brothers back to possibly saying, you know what, fuck it, we got you. Now, so you guys are saying that incursions are real now. What you're saying is now that the existence of the Beyonder is out there. Got you. Thank you, Sam Raimi, for introducing the idea, which is going to bring about the Secret Wars, and having Mo, maybe I'll give it 6-7 years from now, saying, hey guys, you know what? My bad. I'm going to have to eat a bowl. Damn it. I told you so. And here is Secret Wars.
You're being disingenuous, and here's why. We knew that after Spider-Man No Way Home. We knew that there were incursions from that movie. We knew that they could cross into our universe.
We knew that they could. What we did not know is the state of what they were calling them. The first time you've heard acknowledgement of and them saying that this is what is happening. It's the first time you heard this. The first time you even heard this brought to the table. It's the first time it's the first time. That's what I'm saying. Again, for the casual viewer, I get it. It wasn't there.
I'm saying I needed them to, for example, the verbal acknowledgement was not what I was looking for. I needed something which was more pushing in that direction. This just, in other words, just saying that they made an allusion to Spider-Man No Way Home. I wanted a tie-in to Spider-Man No Way Home, and there's
I got you. Like I said, I mean, your the things that you have real issues with, valid. I feel you that there should have been what the end of Spider-Man No Way Home should have been the beginning of this. It shouldn't have been something that was discussed, while you're meeting America Chavez. I get those things. And even the way the film was set up, it was set up to lead us to believe that what happened in No Way Home is playing out in the whole dialogue between Wong and, you shouldn't be playing with. He wasn't even talking to Dr. Strange when he said that. I got you. All those things are the way that they do it to throw you off the scent of what's going on. This film here, it still takes us into the ultimate direction. It splinters off into the ultimate direction that they want to go and bring us into the Secret Wars. How do you bring into the Secret Wars unless you start spoon feeding people all of these ideas? And Ant-Man's going to take us further.
And I think
Loki
Ant-Man
season 2 is going to take us further.
Fierce.
Spider-Man's going to take us further.
Well, it's not Secret Wars for people who don't necessarily know that underlying storyline of how all these superheroes are going to fight each other.
In Secret Wars, you have an individual known as the Beyonder, an all-powerful, omnipotent individual with basically a fucking childlike, mentality. He's almost like Mr. Mxyzptlk, from the DC universe. He got it into his head that he won't, and because of course Earth, all these crazy shit's always happening on planet Earth. He said, I want to have a grand battle. I want to pit the greatest champions on this planet. Be you villain, be you hero, I don't care.
No.
Bro. That was a good tease, though.
Good tease.
Yeah.
Really let into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's got bad internet today, apparently.
The internet's had a Friday. It's ready for its weekend.
What's going on in the chat?
Yeah, let's go check out the chat. Ron Hall says, I wanted Tom Cruise as superior Iron Man, and they didn't give it to me. And that would speak to Secret Wars. That would speak to the Multiverse of Madness. And Anthony said specifically, hey, what is Tony Stark, air quotes, what is Tony Stark doing in these other universes? You have to bring back Robert Downey Jr. because he's dead.
Couldn't afford him.
Well, that's true.
Well, Robert Downey Jr.'s last movie was a stinker, so maybe you get him on a discount.
Not when it comes to MCU stuff.
I'm just saying.
But here's the thing: if you had the opportunity, it felt like I was watching Deadpool 1, where they didn't have enough money to bring in the other characters. That's what I felt like. And they used excuses to explain why these characters weren't there. Well, I only want the strongest ones. I don't need insects. It's like, no. You're in New York. There's someone should have been there to help. And you would think Dr. Strange, since he's being overwhelmed, he would accept any and all help. And he didn't.
The person who I think, if you're going to claim somebody to be there, the person who I was like, I thought would show up, even in just the background, is Shang-Chi. And let me tell you why. The way that Shang-Chi was left at the very end in the after credit scene, he's been there. This is near his home country, and he was told to go back to San Francisco, but Wong is keeping tabs on him and said, I'll be in contact. And so I anticipated that he was going to have to be, and he said, welcome to this crazy world, right? So I imagined that he would be with at least America Chavez, even if he's not going to fight, but he was going to be at least with America Chavez trying to practice and doing the magic, like just being on the craft. But other than that, I was like, I kind of didn't expect anybody else.
Well, I thought that there would have been an opportunity to at least acknowledge some of the movies prior to, and what we're finding out here in Marvel Phase 4 is really none of these movies connect at all. Now they may down the road, but at least right now there's no connection whatsoever, other than an end credit scene where you see Wong and Shang-Chi, and it's not paid off as of yet.
I think we're a victim of a well-connected universe of the previous MCU, to where we are still looking for connectors, because honestly, this is the thing. We just finished Moon Knight. Where's the connector? We just finished Eternals. Where was the connector?
No, but each instance they said there was a connector and they took it out. I don't get it.
Right.
There's supposed to be a connector for Moon Knight. They
with
said
the Eternals,
right? And they took it out.
Made sense.
That pissed me off even more. It's like, don't tell me about what you took out.
But I mean, and the issue with the ending of even Spider-Man. So where after this, where do we go? I mean, and this is a continual theme of the entire new phase 4. Where are we going?
The problem with having all these huge fights in New York is that we're, like I said, we're a victim of like a huge universe. We're always going to ask ourselves, well, you're in New York. There are a lot of heroes in New York. Like when I saw nobody else show up, to me, it would be like some shit going down in Harlem and there not being a Luke Cage. I'm like, what the hell? It doesn't make sense to me.
Well, you still trying to get Iron Fist. That's what you're asking for.
That too, like, first of all, the immortal Iron Fist. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Of
Kunlun, sworn enemy of the hand. Get it right, Liz.
Mm-hmm. Full title on that one.
but I mean, we can say this, and we all know that this is my favorite, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Yes. I mean, you know, Falcon and Captain, whatever.
Yeah.
But what's the point? Where was the connector to? I mean, so we're going to continue to keep saying this clearly in phase 4, because this movie was the only one that did connect to What If and WandaVision.
I slightly disagree, because we knew the Winter Soldier is inextricably linked to Captain America, and we know that he was going to figure in future movies. We knew that there was a story arc with Captain America and his resolution of his relationship with Bucky Barnes. So we knew where that was going, even though it wasn't made plain in that particular movie. And going back to an earlier point, you know, in that movie, you did have Black Widow, you know.
Yeah, but at the end, you're like, okay, so now we have a new Captain America. Okay, so now what? I mean, there has been no continuation of hardly any of this stuff.
Well, they've thrown it at us.
I understand, but I'm saying at this point, at the end of all of these movies, there's been, or TV shows, there's been no. So where are we going?
Let's go back to the first Avengers film, and how excited we were when first time we saw Captain America meet Iron Man. We were so excited. Right. Mm-hmm. Okay, what they're doing now is, I get what they're doing, but I just don't like it as much. It's bothering me. Is that they're a slow buildup. They don't want to give it to you all at once.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a crack dealer. I'm gonna give you a little taste. It's a little taste.
You're coming back.
You're gonna come back. I'm gonna give you a little bit of this Turkish delight, but you'll be back. A little taste, though.
You know, I think here's the difference. We knew in Marvel phase 3, even phase 2, that Nick Fury was putting a team together. So we knew, big picture, these guys were going to have a unifying character or agency, whatever, be it S.H.I.E.L.D. or even coalescing around Iron Man. You knew they were eventually going to coalesce. We don't necessarily see that picture here. We don't know who that unifying force is going to be. We don't know if it's going to be Captain Marvel. We don't know if it's going to be Shang-Chi, because we don't have that Iron Man titular character who's leading the way.
We're lost.
Here's the thing, though. But they're doing it in reverse. Okay, in the beginning, we knew it was going to happen because they told us. This, we have to, come on, it's going to happen. They're just not going to show us. So they're just doing it in reverse.
And I think that they're trying to make it so much of a mystery, because they know that we're now more sophisticated in how they can build. Maybe. And so it's to the point where you leave off, because I mean, okay, so I rewatched What If, and my daughter would just get so annoyed because at the end of What If, it left you on a really good, like, what, you know, where's the next thing coming? And this is what's happening in all of this. We are being left. There is no real tie-in, except this one finally had a tie-in to something else. There's been no tie-in in this phase 4. There is no connectivity.
Well, except, to your point, they've tied it back into the Disney Plus series. I mean, this was a direct tie-in to one.
I'm saying that.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying this is the only thing that we've had a payoff for having to watch those two things to where we get a connection. Because as of right now, I mean, I know that we're getting another Captain America, but as of right now, so what? Because they don't give us a preview of where we may drop this in. Mm-hmm. We don't get it. We got nothing from Moon Knight. We got even more. We have more questions from Eternals than anything from after when that was over. And especially when it's like Thanos' brother, and we're still even more like, what? And so even with Spider-Man, we're like, so what is Spider-Man going to do? He has no tech. He's forgotten. So we're consistently kind of
think about
left
the
off.
concept that Abrams was trying to do with the Star Wars sequel. What they set out to do to try to take us out of being beholden to the original trilogy. And I'm not saying that was a good thing. I'm saying conceptually the concept of what they were trying to do. Ryan, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm not trying to hurt you, Ryan. I love you, brother. Look, Ryan, I'm sorry. I got to go there real quick. The concept of saying, hey, we need to tell new stories. We get it. You all love Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. We get it. We made you love this character. We made you love all these characters. Mm-hmm. How do we move this story forward? How do we clean the slate and just say we are telling some very dope stories? We're going to give you Shang-Chi. We're going to give you, this new Spider-Man. We're giving you Moon Knight, and all of these things are within the 616 universe. But you know what? We haven't given you one connective tissue yet. Thor: Love and Thunder, we know that he's there with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and they're out there hobnobbing across the universe. What does that have to do with anything? Maybe nothing.
And they're setting us up for nothing
up until it gets to the point where it is. When it gets to the point where all of this does matter is when we'll go back, because remember, Mom, we've talked about this numerous times. All of the little Easter eggs that they would drop when people would not remember. In the beginning, people weren't staying to the end of the damn movies to watch the end credit scenes. That was a minute before they found out about those. When you started seeing, wait a minute, it's all connected. What is this? When you finally got it and it came to a head, when Thanos came out, and grabbed the gauntlet and said, all right, fine, fuck it, I'll do it myself. He didn't say that, but it's when you start seeing how all these films come together, then the wider audience was like, oh my God. By the time the wider audience got on, I don't even know if it was within by the time the first Avengers film hit, that was a phenomenon, because none of the other films before Avengers had been massive box office blockbusters. They were all fair. When everyone saw, wait a minute, you're putting Chris Hemsworth and Robert Downey Jr. and fucking Mark Ruffalo and all, you're putting them all in one movie? Oh my, wait, all these things are together? In this new arc that they're giving us, they're saying, hey, here's another story. Because originally Moon Knight was supposed to have two. They wouldn't tell us which two. It was supposed to have two members from the damn Eternals. MCU, but they said, nah, not yet. Let's hold off. We don't have to go there yet. People will watch the movies. We'll give them good movies. A lot of people are going to be like, I don't know what's going on, because we're really allowing some super hardcore comic book folks do these movies. We're saying we've done our job at getting the general audience to buy into what nerds have been loving their whole lives. Now they're on board. I think for what Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness did, they knew their assignment. They said, we need you to fuck people's heads up. We need you to go deeper into what this whole concept of the multiverse is. Spider-Man said, hey, there's a different Spider-Man in every universe. What does that mean? In this film, they said it gets deeper, now crossing into the multiverse. In the comics, it was really Mr. Fantastic, who was the greatest threat the universe had ever known. He was the biggest villain in any universe. In this one, it's like, wow, interesting. You guys have decided to make it Stephen Strange. Very, very interesting. Wait a minute. Why is he hooking up with Clea Strange in the end of this film, going into the dark matter universe? Why is he going in there? Especially if he has the Eye Agamotto on his forehead, which shows you the truth, which shows you the right way to go and gives you deep, super, universal knowledge. Why is he doing that? Yo, because he knew what was about to jump off. This shit's about to hit overdrive.
But I'm going to tell you that they're setting us up. So I'm going to hear this same issue. There will be nobody else showing up in Thor. It's going to probably set us up
for the Multiverse of Madness.
It's not Thor: The Multiverse of Madness.
The point is that we're going to get back to the same issue, that this is going to almost feel like a standalone film.
But this also wasn't Multiverse of Avengers.
Shit, and don't give it to me.
You're gonna have
all they wanted. All they said was there was different universes, right? We're going into the multiverse. They never said anything about any other characters. We assumed that. All they said was this film was going to introduce you to multiple universes. It didn't spend a lot of time in all of them, but it did. It never said, hey guys, we're going to have a cross dimensional Avengers team up, because that's not it. The only film that we have on the horizon that they have said is an Avengers level film is Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Incorrect.
They said that is a fact.
No, Thor: Love and Thunder.
No. Thor: Love and Thunder isn't an Avengers level film. When I say Avengers level, I'm talking about what the MCU calls a film where they bring all of the people together. Okay. Where you see, when I say Avengers, I'm talking from Infinity Wars and stuff like that. When everyone comes together, when it's a major thing, it is going to be Ant-Man and the Wasp. Before that, these are all disparate stories that they're telling that are all based in some comic book lore, trying their best to take these stories into another direction. But no, they're not trying to repeat what they did with the last 20 plus films and series and all that. They're like, nah, man, we're going a different direction, y'all. Thank you for riding with us. Trust us. We've got more to tell. We've got way more to tell, and we're going there. That's why fucking Moon Knight. It's Moon Knight told such a different story that you've seen from anything MCU related. The way Moon Knight ends on some cold-blooded murderous shit, exactly how I said it with fucking Jake Lockley coming out and fucking doing some hitman shit. When have you ever seen anything like that? Wasn't a heroic story. There was nothing heroic about that. A lot of people died. Khonshu proved out to be the biggest manipulator ever, killed up, moved things so that he could kill off all the other gods. All the other gods, so that he would be the main dude, have his avatar be the one to carry out his brand of justice. That's some villainous shit.
And you called it when you said that he was actually the big bad. He was just moving chess pieces at that point.
Oh man, this dude sitting in the back of a limo like a straight bird-faced pimp. This dude was
full drip. And full Met Gala. Just full drip, man.
I thought that's where they were going next.
Drip, like, man.
Take us to the Met. I was
like, yo, Jake, I got drip. That's what I'm waiting for him to say that.
Hey, very quickly in the chat, someone had, I guess, came late to the conversation, and I can't read his name because it's a different language, but he says Secret Wars. I just want to say we did talk about Secret Wars, and we brought that into the conversation, and then Tuala's internet fucked up right at a perfect. But it was a great tease, though. It was on a great note.
Look, but for like Charlie Brown over here, yo, Mo, you know what it's like when the whole power goes down, when everything shuts down, and you're like, son of a bitch. Like right now, I'm on my phone. I'm using my phone's hotspot. Hopefully, this maintains. Before I was so rudely cut off, this film, by dropping the fact that this is the 616 universe, by them is spelling out the fact that because of the 616 Doctor Strange that we know, because of what he did and the incursions that he caused, and they've also set up the fact that the one Doctor Strange that caused his entire universe to be destroyed, another one whose universe was unraveling, all these things are coming to one universe. All of these different elements are coming to the main universe that we know, which is a great way for the MCU to officially bring folks in and not have to do a whole bunch of explaining. They can say, like, look, we introduced it to you with Loki and with What If and Wanda, and that, we gave it to you with Spider-Man No Way Home. We've got now Doctor Strange. We've got another Spider-Man film coming out, another season of Loki. We're going to keep drumming this story home until we are finally able to bring all these stories together so that the average lay viewer can say, oh, okay, it makes sense that the X-Men would be here now, versus saying, pop, hey, we're the X-Men. It's like, no, it's like, and here's the thing. When universes collide, when the universes crash together, the individuals who come from other universes, they may know who they are, but everyone else assumes that they were always there. When the Ultimate Universe came to an end and Miles Morales came to the 616 universe, it was like, this was always our Spider-Man. But Miles Morales was like, I came from an entire fucking other universe. But no one, but when the singularity happens and all these minds collide and all come together, everything is merged. So it's interesting how they're going about bringing all of this shit together. It's very, very deep, and it's very well thought out. Just how they're plotting the story together. This is insanity what's happening right now. Pure insanity. I literally sat in this film and I'm grabbing my son. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe they're actually doing this. And I think I'm the only one in theater. I'm looking around like, no one, you guys don't see what's happening here.
People were crazy in my theater. They went crazy constly. So I mean, there are people who are aware. Oh my gosh, it was hyped on Thursday.
My theater lost its shit with a couple of football players.
Oh man, when Mr. Fantastic and again, I mean, my audience went crazy too.
But to Mo's point, the whole Illuminati setup to me, even when Mortal came out and said the Illuminati will see you, that betrays the entirety of what the Illuminati is. The Illuminati in the comics, no one knew who they were. The Illuminati, you have Charles Xavier, you have Submariner, you have T'Challa, you have Black Bolt. You have all these characters who are like, just the supreme beings in this universe who all came together and said, you know what, behind the scenes, we need to manipulate things and make things happen and make decisions for the rest of the planet when they may not want to. They fucked up. They sent Hulk to another planet. Hulk, that planet was destroyed. Hulk came back and basically laid waste to all of them. Just gave each one of them a brand new asshole in the center of their spine, and it was horrible. It was a really, really bad situation. But this is who the Illuminati, and before that, no one had ever heard of it. It's like they revealed that the Illuminati had been behind all types of stuff. So introducing the Illuminati was them basically saying, "Hey, man, look, the fans are fucking dying for something new. What can we do? What'll be fun?" For them, they're like, this would be a fun thing to do. Let's introduce an Illuminati that we can kill off. You introduce Anson Mount, who was from the damn Inhumans television series, which everyone hated. Everyone hated that series, but when you saw him on screen, people still was like, yo, fuck him. And then when you saw him use his power, you were like, yo, this is phenomenal. Him having his mouth removed and but I'm like, that's not how Black Bolt's power works. Stop it. That wouldn't have happened to him. That would have happened. His power doesn't. That was stuff like that. It infuriates me. It infuriates me that Professor X had his neck snapped in the damn astral plane and it carried out in real life. I was like, but again, I also know that Wanda is capable of literally saying fucking no more mutants, and every mutant on the damn planet lost their powers. She also said, I wonder what would happen if I created a whole fucking universe, that where mutants ruled. They called it House of M. Saying that all types of crazy shit has happened because of her. There was literally a story that's out right now where it's the trial of Magneto, and it's the trial of Magneto because he went crazy because they're trying to, like, I guess, take Wanda out. They're like, Wanda needs to go. And Magneto lost his mind, and now it's like all the X-Men, the Avengers, and everyone trying to take Magneto to trial and all this stuff. But again, Wanda is quite possibly one of the most dangerous beings in all of existence on the planet Earth. Someone who could literally reshape reality itself. If she would have, and for me, I'm like, she literally could have walked in there and snapped her fingers and they all would have turned to dust. She has that level of power. It's nothing for her. The way that she toyed with them, fighting them, I thought that was stupid. I thought, this is a stupid fight. There's no way Mr. Fantastic, Charles Xavier, who feared her his entire life, he put mental blocks on her, kept her asleep, same way he did with Jean Grey. Tried to keep them mentally locked down because he knew how powerful they were, the same way he did with his son Legion. Charles Xavier is proven to be an asshole throughout his existence because he said, when there's a more powerful individual out there, I got to shut their fucking brains down. Oh, wait.
Wanda did constantly say throughout the movie, this is me being nice. This is me holding back. Nice. By the time she got to the Illuminati, she was done being nice.
She was done. Yeah. Look, she fucking unraveled, Mr. Fantastic. I was like, that was a horrible thing to do to that man.
Man, the whole time, the first time I watched it, look, the first time I watched it, I was just like, oh, Wanda. Like, what are we doing here? Look, I know that, but I'm
tell
just saying.
Another show where you've seen someone do that type of level of gruesome to anyone in a Marvel film.
And then she's looking like she just came out of, Tom would say, Carrie, she looked like she's mentally horror possessed.
Yes, that's her.
Girl,
that's when the
I was like, girl,
that's when the horror movie started.
Okay, there was some mob boss shit in this movie. When she asked Mr. Fantastic, "Is your wife still alive?" I was like, "Oh shit!"
You knew where you were going with that.
Yo, at that
No.
point, I was like, it's done for all of you.
I was like,
all
run,
of you are
bitch,
dead.
run!
Yeah.
Why is it? See, I'm thinking at that moment, why didn't Professor X know exactly the extent of Scarlet Witch's powers?
But remember,
get murked.
No, remember in that universe, I don't think that their Scarlet Witch was the same. Remember, their Scarlet Witch was the chick who was at home with the 2 kids.
Look, if Jean Grey walked in a room, Charles Xavier knows what's up.
No, I dig that, but remember, they showed her. They showed her. She was at home with her kids. She wasn't a fucking Avenger. She was literally at home with her 2 sons who existed.
No, I get that. I'm saying, but when Scarlet Witch comes in, Professor X knows when someone is under the control or direction of someone else.
Oh, no. He knows when someone's under the mental control. The Darkhold is not that. The Darkhold isn't like Agatha. The Darkhold isn't someone who's possessing her mind. The Darkhold is corrupted her very spirit, her very being. So that's a different level of mental, instability.
Remember, Tuala, though, that she does say, Xavier does say to him, because all of them are out there, Xavier's back with Doctor Strange, and he's like, I'm letting you go do X, Y, and Z. And it's like, well, we have to trust him. Because clearly, I believe that he knows that this is not, that all of them are going to not make it.
Look, he knew that. That's why he didn't go out there. He could have gone out there. He could have hover chaired his ass out there. He didn't let
him go. He said, if you escape. He wanted him to get out, but he didn't let him get out.
But again, I think that in their universe, and the exact same as Homegirl said, when Doctor Strange said, a being more deadly, more powerful than me is coming to this universe, and she's going to destroy everything. Wanda is coming, and they were like, whatever. We can
Captain
handle
Marvel,
that. Why? They laughed at him for that, because in their existence, they had no idea what that character was possessed to do. They had never experienced something on her level. The only thing that they had ever experienced was probably Thanos coming.
Yeah,
they didn't deal with
the whole
situation. Because
they didn't believe when Hulk was like, Thanos is coming, and they're like, and who?
Oh yeah, but I'm saying in this universe, this Wanda had her kids. The kids were real in this universe. However she had them, they were her kids. So you did not have a D-state. Think about this: if you never know someone is gonna loke up, you may mess with them, and then when they do loke up, you go, "Oh shit, man, this motherfucker's in here loking out." He's over here kicking ass.
But then to Ryan's point, if we have a Captain Marvel, what I call a Blackton Marvel, and Power Stone powered, a damn column falling on her should not have been the end of that fight.
The Power Stone, but I get the point.
No, it should not have been. If this Captain Marvel that we witnessed was on the same power level. I don't know, and by all arguments, I don't know if she was the same as, I don't know if, and this is, maybe this is a sexist way of going about it, but I don't think that Captain America would have gone out the way that Captain Carter did. I don't think that they would have done that. And I think that they did. Look, they totally nerfed the entirety of the Illuminati. There was no, and again, having Baron Mordo on the board of the Illuminati was stupid, because that's like, he's not. So it's like the Illuminati that they gave us is not the Illuminati that exists. And the first is Captain America wasn't a part of the Illuminati when they existed. No. It was not. It was Omega level beings who were a part of the Illuminati. So this Illuminati is to say that in this universe, same as that Wanda in that universe that was not as powerful as the Wanda that we knew, you know what? This is just an Illuminati. This is not the Illuminati.
Their version of the Avengers by its name, not the Illuminati.
Exactly. So it's like for them, it's like the Illuminati was a damn corporation. We have a building. We know where they all live. You know what I'm saying? They helped us build these cubes.
It was managed by Ultron.
Right. So it's like exactly. So it's like one of those things where you go, okay, got it. To me, look, the fact that they had Wanda go to Wondagore, I thought that was dope. I was like, man, I wish they would have done more with that. Even though they have said that the brother who was the brother from Peacemaker, I don't know his name in real life.
Cena?
No, not Cena. The black dude.
Idris?
No, not Idris. From Peacemaker, the series. The dude who was the agent.
With the bug in his head.
Yeah. He supposedly in Guardians 3 is the High Evolutionary.
Oh, played Mern.
Yeah, Mern. The cat who played Mern is supposed to be the High Evolutionary who was the one who had established Wondagore. That's where he created, or that's where you first saw the Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. They had Magneto had taken them there, and he took them in, and they were raised by a fucking cow lady, and then he came back and got. There's a whole bunch of different things that happened in the comics, but so for them to establish that existed, I was like, well, that's really interesting. I mean, it's too bad it got destroyed, but it was interesting that they went there, and that they showed or acknowledged it, its existence, and they acknowledged its connection to Scarlet Witch. I thought that was a nice nod to some deep comic knowledge as well. Look, fuck, man. I know I missed a lot of this. Like I missed a lot of Batman, but we have gone above and beyond and well over on this show. Quickly, is there anything else that folks need to be checking out besides Doctor Strange so they can decide for themselves whether they like it or not?
Can I say? Well, can I say that Doctor Strange this weekend has taken in more than Doctor Strange the entire movie domestically?
I can see that.
So what?
It's a win. It's a win.
Financially, when it's building off the success of the previous movie, you can't say Doctor Strange 2 is anything without Doctor Strange 1.
I think that this is going to be what Iron Man 3, what it is to you, Mo. Doctor Strange 2 to you is what Iron Man 3 is to me. I hated Iron Man 3, but it became such a linchpin for so many other things. And Doctor Strange 2 is going to be a linchpin for so many different things.
Yeah.
Hated it.
All right. Look. Okay.
Jesus, Bo.
Man, look. Okay. Oh, man, he's got sound effects too. All right, look, man.
Oh, that was Ryan. That was
Ryan.
Oh, even worse. Ryan, well, don't encourage this. Don't encourage this.
I get what Mo's saying. It just didn't bother me as much. I liked the movie. Mo was like on a fucking warpath.
I know. Like seriously, Mo.
The thing that he hates
treated like it was Miss Marvel or something.
It was good. Hey, Miss.
What?
I know, just rude.
No, I'm sorry. Look, Miss Marvel was not a good movie. I'm sorry.
You mean
that's
Captain Marvel?
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. Yeah, Captain Marvel.
You got to keep watching it.
No.
It grows on
you. It's not wine.
No.
It doesn't get better with age.
Wine, Liz.
It grows on you. Trust me. I thought it was not that bad.
Not good.
Yeah.
Look, all right, let's keep watching Wonder Woman 2.
If that movie didn't come out right before Infinity War, no one would have seen it.
Wonder Woman 2 does not grow.
Keep watching it. It'll grow on you, Liz.
Yeah.
No, I can't watch it a second time.
Like a fine
I watched it a second time. I kept watching it and falling asleep. So that's not a good thing.
Yeah, you really got to air it out.
Air it out.
No,
I'm just curious as we roll through these next films. We've got Thor: Love and Thunder, and we've got Black Panther coming out this year. Wakanda Forever. We've got Miss Marvel, and so I can't remember if they push She-Hulk back to the top of next year, but I know it's Miss Marvel, Obi-Wan in just a little bit, But in terms of what Marvel is doing, a lot of these films I think are going to just be independent placeholders. You'll see some familiar faces. But I don't know if they're going to have the level of connective tissue that we were left with at the end of Endgame and Infinity War. I don't know if we'll be there until, as they said, we get to Ant-Man and the Wasp in the quantum realm of fucknificent. I don't know what that one's called.
Hey, let's make a quick distinction. Are you talking about Ms. Marvel the series or the Marvels the movie?
I'm talking about Ms. Marvel the series. That one comes out this year. The Marvels is part of 2023. Mm-hmm. So the Marvels, She-Hulk, Guardians 3, and a couple other ones are for next year. The what?
No, Tim C is going off in the chat. It's like, yes, we can see you. You came late, Tim C, so we can't get to all your questions and comments.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Tim. All right, y'all. On that note, hey, Anthony, do us a solid and take us out, good sir.
All right, I'm going to change it up. Wrong kid died.
What?
You guys...
What?
No?
That's vague. Wait a minute. That sounds familiar. Wait a minute. Which movie is that from?
Well, it's from Dewey Cox.
No, stop. No, don't know.
No, nothing.
With Arthur Grant and nope. You guys didn't finish watching Moon Knight? The wrong kid dying?
Oh, okay. Okay.
I wish I had a sad horn. Womp, womp, womp.
Thanks, Mo.
Right.
When keeping it real goes wrong.
There it is.
All right, then. Ryan, please.
After watching In the Multiverse of Madness, I want to go to a multiverse where the Star Wars sequel trilogy does not exist.
Oh gosh.
Man, that's so cruel.
You call me
you're so angry, Ryan.
It's righteous anger. Righteous.
Are you happy?
Are you?
That was dumb in the movie. Admit it. That was dumb.
Well, I think it went back to what how I thought it was referencing What If.
Liz, we're out.
I'm just saying, I thought it was referencing What If.
Okay. All right, got you. Thanks, Liz. Mo.
I ain't watching shit for the rest of the week.
Fuck. So angry.
I was
look. This is ending on a darker note than Doctor Strange. Damn. Excelsior, man. Shit, Excelsior.